Hi, so this is what our Zoom meeting would have been if we were able to conduct it today. When you log into Schoology, you should see all of the courses that you are assigned to. There should only be one geography course for you. And when you log in, the first thing that you are going to see is going to be this attendance Google form, okay? I am able to track your attendance if you log into Schoology. However, all of the names are going to be mismatched to the class period, and I would hate to accidentally skip one student and then they lose credit for attending. So I am requiring for Google Forms to be our way to take attendance for now. This may change in the next couple of weeks, depending on if another teacher has a better idea. When you are looking at this, you are going to put in your last and first name, and you are going to have your choices in the class period. One thing that has been added is going to be the different class periods. So how we said that there were 95 kids in the virtual session, that has been broken up into 3 different sections. So depending on what section you have, you need to make sure that you are clicking on the correct one. This first virtual section, there's only 3 kids assigned to that one. And then the next one, there's about 35 kids, and then the rest are in this. So this is going to kind of help break it up. This might be an issue when we are doing class discussions or whatnot, when we need participation, either using our words or through a video, or when we are using the chat. So we might have to start breaking up some of the Zooms based off of what section you are in. When you continue coming down, you're going to hit the submit when you're ready to submit. You need to do this every single day, okay? So tomorrow, your V4 is not listed on your schedule, but you still have to log into World Geography and you still have to take the attendance so you could get attendance that day. If you do not do this, then this is equivalent to you coming to school and then your parents taking you out for the class period that you have World Geography. This is the way that the school is going to get all of their money, which is really important for you to have teachers. Otherwise, we'd all be homeschooling, I guess. All right, the next couple of folders is a Zoom meeting, which is what you used, and eventually the virtuals will be broken into their own sections, but for right now, they are going to remain the same. Next, on that main screen, you are going to have a pink folder called WAGs. This is Week at a Glance. This is going to be super helpful. It has my information here. If you or your parents ever need to get a hold of me, send me an email, and then from there, if there needs to be a call, then I'm able to schedule that with you. This is our virtual schedule for this week. This is extremely misleading. You still have to log into the courses that aren't listed. Every single day, you should be going into Schoology and then logging into all of your class periods. I know that there are other teachers who have that attendance form set up, and so make sure that you are clicking on it. If you do not click on the correct class period that you are in, or the correct virtual section, then there may be a chance that you just don't get credit for that day. So clicking is going to make the difference on whether or not you are present or counted absent. Here we have our learning objectives, and then the student tasks are really going to be what you're going to like. This is telling you what we are doing that day. But the most important part of this form is going to be here where it says students must submit. Every single day, you must submit an attendance form. You could submit that attendance form at 12 o'clock a.m. all the way up to 2:30, okay? After that gives me about 30 minutes to go into Hack and mark you present or mark you absent. So make sure that you are doing that. The earlier, the better. If you are sharing a device, then I suggest for you to try and do it. If you're still awake at 12 in the morning, go ahead and do it. If you are able to if someone goes to the restroom and you could go log on to the computer real fast, I would do it. Your classwork will be due at 11:59. For those families that they are sharing devices, you are still able to turn that in without receiving any late points. Today, your attendance form is due, and then this All About You Google form, okay? And we're going to talk about that Google form in a little bit. Let's go back to the main page. And then here you are going to click on the Basics, Schoology, and You. When you click on it, you are going to see the whole week already there. You have Tuesday, and this is going to have today's items. You might not see Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday because those have not been released to you yet. Because you are required to sign in every single day, that is your assignments for every single day. So Wednesday is ready to go, but unfortunately you can't get ahead because if you get ahead, you won't log in and then the school loses funding. So this will be released, I believe it's at 12 a.m., right at 12. Another teacher said it was at 7 a.m. I'm not quite sure which, I think it's 12. And you are able to log on to do those assignments. Let's go ahead and log into Tuesday for today. Here's our Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back. On this page, you have Schoology how-to videos. So last year, I was in Schoology. Me and my students, we thought we knew what we were doing, and then COVID happened, and we thought, oh, we're okay. And it turns out we didn't know anything, or at least we didn't know enough. So one thing that really helps was having these how-to videos. So if you click on these how-to videos, they are going to kind of show you how to maneuver, how to navigate. You are going to submit items here. There are videos, depending on if you are using an iPhone or an iPad, or if you are using an actual computer, a PC, Mac, or Chromebook. If you are using a Microsoft Surface and you're using the Edge browser, there's some disagreements, okay? And it might be difficult for you to upload from your Google Drive into Schoology. You should really be using a Chrome browser. And so if you're using like a Surface where they automatically have you set up with Edge browser, then you might have to download the Chrome so that you could use it later. And then these are the videos that we are actually going to be using later on this week. Okay, so when you go back to the page before, let's go ahead and click on Tuesday and talk about today's items. So here is some information. It talks about my email address is posted. This is how you could click and you could get a conference with me, class supplies. In a normal school year, I would tell you that you need a notebook, you need pencils, and I have map pencils that we would have been using to color. World Geography is a mapping class. That means that you are coloring maps for every single unit almost. Since I am not allowed to share my map pencils with you, you might need to purchase your own, but we are not going to force that until much later. I'm not quite sure how that would even work with virtual students. So that's just something that I need you in the back burner, that one day Miss Jones might say, hey, we need those map pencils. I hope you have them, okay? I will give you plenty of warning beforehand, but I'm just reserving that right for later. You will need a device, a camera, Google folder. So in your Google Drive, make sure that you are creating a World Geography folder. You should probably create a folder for all of your subjects. That way, when it comes time for you to submit a file, you don't have to go through 2,000 items. You just go to your World Geography and click on the item, okay? It should hopefully help you be a little bit more organized. Here is all of your items down here. Some of these are going to probably relate more to your parents answering their questions. In Schoology, when you submit something, Schoology allows me, the teacher, to be able to have a rubric attached. And so when we are grading it, you can see the rubric and you can see exactly where you lost your points. I will also write comments on the assignment and say, oh, you forgot to add this image. That is why you had less points. Or you didn't do, when you talked about this issue, you needed to include these items to receive full credit. That way you know exactly where you stand all the time. Continuing on, we have virtual etiquette, which somebody in our virtual class was not able to nicely do. So here we just have this idea of being professional and respectful. I think it's easy for all of us. We are at home and, maybe we're wearing pajamas still and just super comfortable that sometimes we forget that we still need to be professional. Please don't ever take your device to the bathroom. My husband had a big, huge NASA meeting, and one of the managers accidentally took their phone, and it was very uncomfortable for all of us who could hear. Chat norms, use that chat for questions and participation. This will be required sometimes. Please do not use the chat for saying hi to your friends. Keep that on your personal devices. All of those comments and irrelevant comments can bog down the chat, and then I might miss something that probably needs to be addressed. So this is what you are really waiting for. This is going to be your assignment for today. It's going to start off with your last name and your first name, what kind of device you are using. This is more so that if you say that you are having problems, I'd be like, oh, that's right. Brandon says he's using his phone. I need to help Brandon try and connect everything. The next thing is asking if you are sharing your device with other family members. This is not so I could be all up in your business. This is really important for me to know, because if I know that Johnny is sharing a device with his younger siblings and Johnny texts me through Schoology or through Remind saying he needs help at 5 o'clock, I know that I need to stop what I'm doing so I could go reply to him at 5 o'clock, because that's the only time he gets the device to do his assignments. So that just kind of helps me prioritize and go, okay, he needs help. Let me help him right now. And then all of these other questions are just questions that I would have asked you if you were here in the classroom. Most important one being, are you a dog person or a cat person? So hopefully all of this made sense, and I look forward to trying again, having a good virtual on Thursday. If you have any questions, make sure you are emailing me if you have anything that I need to just go over again with you. Bye, guys.